Good day, Mr. NIyi.
Thank you for having me.
Let us look at this decision of Lagos State government to deport some people from Lagos State, particularly Osun. Some people are asking, why is Osun the target? That is one. Then secondly, some people are asking those people to enforce their rights. And thirdly, some people are saying, will this not have ripple effect, a situation where other states may start doing the same thing?
Mr. Machi, thank you for having me. I think Lagos State, as we all know, has become so congested, and I mean, as a way or a system for population control, Lagos State has to stand up on its own. They have to stand up for their land conservation and preservation. Today, Lagos is becoming insecure because every Dick and Harry is coming into Lagos. And for me, yes, I'm not happy that some people got deported. But in a situation whereby you cannot identify yourself, they ask you, where are you from? All you can say is Osun. They ask you, show a means of identification. Whether your voter's card, whether your national ID card, your passport, your affidavit, you don't have it. Then it is what you say they use to judge you.
Right? Do I need an identification to stay in Lagos State other than prove that I'm a Nigerian?
You have not been able to prove that you're a Nigerian. That's the problem. You did not present your voter's card. You did not present your national identity card. You did not present your LASRA. You did not present your maybe certificate of birth.
Okay. What qualifies one to stay in Lagos as a Nigerian?
As a Nigerian, first and foremost, you must have a means of identification. That is what you will use to prove your identity. If you don't have your date of birth, you must have a certificate of national identity, which could be your driver license or the variety. If you don't have any of that, you could be a stranger, you could be a foreigner.
Now, if I may ask, how do they come to the conclusion that they were from Osun to go and dump them in Osun? And somebody has said, does it mean this is Nigerians deporting Nigerians?
Yes, it is Nigerians deporting Nigerians. They were taken back to Osun because majority of them were able to say they were from Osun State, right? I'm aware that they deported about 600 people, and that was around, I think, about 10 coastal buses, if I'm not mistaken. So,
why Osun the target?
Majority of them said they were from Osun State. They took them there, and Osun State is closer to the north. Because from the video I saw, some people were northerners. And Osun State happened to be a land whereby it's a land full of, full with opportunities, untapped opportunities. So they take them back to Osun State to find their bearing. But I'm aware they will come back to Lagos. But if the governors, if other state governors do not stand up to their job and application, we will get to this point whereby states will start deporting states.
I was going there. Could this lead to ripple effect?
I think this will lead to not just ripple effect. To me, I think this will lead to a possible impact. Because when I am from Oyo State and I see Lagos State as an exit plan from Oyo State, when I get to Oyo State, when I come to Lagos State and they report me back to Oyo State, I know the only place that I can show my grievances is with my Oyo governor. So when people start getting deported back to their state, they will see a reason to hold their governor responsible. Because today, the reason why people are not holding their state governor responsible is what they want is let me find every possible means to jack back to Lagos. Right? The same thing is happening to Lagos State. In the broader view, many people want to jack back. When they jack back, they don't care about Nigeria anymore. And this is why the issue, the decadence, right? The bad governance has fostered. If people start getting deported from Europe, they start getting deported back from America. If people start getting deported from Spain back to Nigeria, right? With the enlightenment that they have, they will put in effort to hold the presidency and their state governors responsible.
So I don't think it could lead to secession.
If it leads to secession is not a bad thing. Listen, Nigeria has it where it's not working.
Now let us look at the decision or the statement from Lagos Police Command saying they were not involved in the whole scenario. Doesn't mean because they know the implication, because the Constitution of Nigeria says that once you're a Nigerian, going by the freedom of movement, you have right to reside in any part of the country. Do you think that's the reason Lagos State Police deny involvement, or were they not actually involved in the exercise?
Believe the police command at your own peril. We have seen in so many cases whereby the police will go on undercover jobs, or printable operations. I mean, we've seen them. Sometimes they catch them on camera, and that is why they get exposed. So, I mean, if the police come out and deny it, ordinarily they shouldn't have denied it. But for them to come and deny it, I think you have to be suspicious about it.
But I think we have to doubt them, because Lagos State have not come out to say yes, you were involved, because they are saying we know nothing about the deportation. So does it mean Lagos State is going to carry the cross?
Lagos State has always been deporting people. Don't forget, in 2008, 2009, Fashola deported people. Right? Fashola deported people when he said he wanted to go into massive infrastructural renewal. And then there was serious uproar. People in Agege, people in Alaba, people in Ladipo. And he told them, listen, if you are not comfortable, come and take 5,000 and go back to your village. After all, we don't need you. That's what Fashola said. So someone is also saying the same thing. In fact, they are not telling people under the bridge. These are people that they found under the bridge who are living in a house they paid 250,000 for. They have told them that go back to your house. Yeah, you cannot stay under the bridge. So I mean, it's enough fact. It has become a tradition whereby Lagos State, when they find people who they are supposed to provide low-cost housing for, they always stand on that excuse that there's no more land and they should go back to their village.
Now, Mr. NIyi, if the police that had the mandate to enforce law was not involved in this exercise, don't you think if these Nigerians who were involved in this deportation go to court to enforce their right, don't you think the Lagos State government could be made to pay damages?
Well, first and foremost, those guys who are involved in this ugly case, I don't think they even know their rights. But most of them they fall below the poverty line. Most of them are still struggling with one breakfast per day. So, I mean, who would even think about suing the state government? They can't. They don't know what they want.
Don't you think someone can take it up and advise them how to do?
Unless a person like Femi Falana decides to take it up. But I've not seen him show any interest in this case. So for me, I think those guys are just left to their fate. They have been deported. So I would advise them to work their way up and possibly come back to Lagos with a means of identification. Because I know if they were able to provide a means of identification, they might not have deported them.
Now, finally on this, do you think this may lead to polarization of the country along ethnicity?
These people who were deported to Osun State, and I think the majority of them are from the same ethnic, section of Lagos. I mean, Nigeria has never been one. We have to self test. This country is polarized. We know that. We know what happened during the election. We saw how some ethnic groups were sidelined, how they were marginalized, and how they were disenfranchised. And we are still grappling with that. There have not been harmonization of the country, no reconciliation, and this is a serious issue. So if this state wants to go this way, I don't think it is unfounded. I mean, we have always known them to do this, and unfortunately, Nigeria just needs to decide what she wants to practice. She wants to be a federal state or a confederation state. So that's my thank you.
Thank you, Mr. NIyi. I must say a very big thank you. This is Nigerian Center. If you are new to this program, you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell.